Welcome everyone to Dragon Quest FM, where we talk about and obsess over Dragon Quest. My name's Austin,
My name's BJ.
and this week um, probably just needs to be called so much Dragon Quest news, like
So
all caps
much.
so,
So
because
much.
in the time that we were gone, not really gone, but doing other things, so much Dragon Quest news happened. Now, part of this is because we were interviewing the editor of the new Dragon Quest Mark of Erdrick manga.
Right.
Lovely person, Jennifer Sherman. If y'all have not listened to that episode, go listen to it right now.
It's great. We'll wait.
Yeah, pause this, go listen to that, and then come back.
Yep.
And so because of that, it took some extra like time, right? So we kind of skipped. We The timing was weird. We skipped a week, whatever. But during that like very brief amount of time, we got stuff on DQ 1+2
hmm
remake. Got some updates there.
Yep.
We got a new Dragon Quest mobile game announced, and we found out that the Dragon Quest VII remake is real.
It
And we're going to be
is, which
talking about all those things more in depth. But also, this week is when that manga releases. It
it
released on
does.
September 23rd. So I've seen some people on my socials um, who have the book in hand
Yep.
already, which is really cool to see. I don't Mine has not arrived yet,
Mm-mm.
but still it's still early, my time. And I so go read it, y'all, because it sounds fantastic. We got to see like we got to see it. She held up pictures
Yeah,
of it
like it
for
was
us.
really, really cool. They've done a fantastic job on the production quality of this book and seeing the ones that people are holding up as well in pictures that they've got theirs on Twitter and Blue Sky has been really, really neat because they do very much appear to be a premium product, and I'm super excited to get my hands on mine.
It looks great. Yes. There's also a write-up that BJ did. You can probably find that link just dragonquest.fm, right? And
Yeah, you should be
you
able
can
to
see
see
that
that.
article.
And
Yeah,
if not,
and
for
that
some
has
reason, it'll be at geek2geekmedia.com.
there we go. So it should be easy to find. Has the video where you can watch it. He did a write-up on it and also shared like high resolution images from the manga that Square Enix sent us. So if you're maybe on the fence between listening to that episode and hearing us like rave about it, go there and see for yourself.
Yep, you
You can see
should.
images and all sorts of good stuff. Um, man, what do you want to talk about
Where to
first?
start? So let's start with the Dragon Quest VII news,
Okay,
with the actual announcement of a new DQ7 reimagining. And this one's not a remake like it was before. It's a remake,
it's a
but
remake,
it's a
but
remake. They call it a reimagining because they're doing kind of the same thing that they did with the DQ7 remake from PS1 to PS, or not PS3 to the 3DS. They're streamlining things and making it a little bit more approachable than even the last iteration was, which was still far more approachable than the original one. And so I know you really like the art style. Like they've got a very distinct art style for the DQ7 reimagining, and I'm on the fence about part of it, and I know you really like it.
I do, yes. It reminds me of the OG PS1 Dragon
Right.
Quest remake kind of look. Also, like the PS1 Tornico game had that kind of like claymation
hmm
kind of style. And like, I'm a huge fan of like even going back to like Rankin Bass, like stop motion
Yeah.
animation. For those who don't know, like they did like the Christmas specials, like if you've ever seen Rudolph, did all that. They also did the animated Lord of the Rings movies, but that's a tangent.
Yeah,
That's
that's
just a trivia nugget for anybody listening. But anyway, Rankin Bass, they did the stop motion animation, and I've always just kind of liked it. Um, like Leica Studios does a lot, like Paranorman. I adore Paranorman. It's like one of
right.
my favorite movies. And I just always kind of like that style, and that's what this reminds me of. I saw the dolls that they like scan. They made like real
Yeah.
dolls and scan them to be used for this game. And I'm hoping beyond hope that they release action figures of these. I hope they're not play art figures because I don't want to pay like $100 per character.
I'm sure
Um,
they will be.
maybe, but I'm hoping that I would love for them to release a set of like the of
Oh,
like
that'd be cool.
of them all together. I think that would be really cool. I just adore it, and I think it's because number one, it's a cool callback to like the
Right,
PS1 Dragon Quest
right. It
games, and
looks
that's what it
really
reminds me
cool.
of. Yeah, and then two, like what I loved about those games anyway already was that they kind of had that like old school Rankin Bass
Right.
claymation style. And yeah, so I'm just everything about it looks gorgeous. I really like even just the like in-game gameplay, whether it's the battle
Right.
scenes or like the cities. I like the way it looks.
I love the
Um,
monster models that they've shown so far. The way the fights look, the monsters look wonderful in this with the new style that they're using. And what gets me though, what I don't like about this, like I agree with you wholeheartedly on how it looks great, except for one thing. Well, I guess one thing that's a symptom of something else is I hate Kiefer's face. I hate
I
his
don't,
face so much. It looks like he is just dead and emotionless. And like, I hate the way that his face looks. And that kind of translates into some of the other faces as well. Like the hero still kind of sprightly and alive, but the others just look kind of dull. And I don't know if it's because of and even in the videos when they show Kiefer, I don't know, there's just something about his face that I really truly despise seeing. I wish they would have changed up his face a little bit. Maybe it's because maybe it's a tiny face with a big head and like his jaws come out further and he kind of I don't know.
but that's how he looks. Like if you go and look at like him on the cover,
Yeah,
like
I
he
know
that's what he looks
it just
that's what he
doesn't
looks
look
like.
it just doesn't look. I guess the I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like the way Kiefer looks in this one.
To me, Kiefer looks like Kiefer. I don't know. And I've seen a lot of people dragging him online and talking about like his dead eyes, or
Yeah.
he looks like he's from what's that movie? World Police.
Oh,
Um,
Team America World Police. Yeah,
yes.
like he looks
And
awful.
I I don't know. I like it. I'm really excited for it. Honestly, I know Dragon Quest VII is kind of like too long of a game, and I get it, and I get that a lot of people are turned off by it, and even me first time playing it, I was like, oh, this
Hmm.
game needs some stuff trimmed out. And I've seen online where they have like they show the room with the
Yeah.
fragments and everything, and somebody posted that's like, hey, instead of 18, there's now only 11. And I was talking to Platy sign
Yeah.
time about this. And so it does seem like, I mean, that's a pretty sizable chunk. And he and I were
Hmm.
kind of speculating, like, oh, okay, does that mean like it's like, are they combining some of the continents
Right.
or are they removing content entirely? And I'm leaning towards that. I wouldn't want them to cut the content so much as like I think they could streamline it a little
Yeah, I'm
bit. Where
thinking since they've used the word streamline, I'm thinking merging and kind of making it where plot points converge a lot more in areas than they did before.
And then there's a lot of speculation, the hooded guy in the trailer is really
Yep,
like an older Kiefer,
yep.
and we're going to get to see him. Um,
Which I think would be great. It also would defeat some of the purpose of things you and I
yeah,
have talked about the emotional impact. So I think both. I'm on both. I'm actually ambivalent on that one, where I'm wanting both sides to be true.
I think it could be cool to see him, the emotional impact of like, because you're still kids, and it's kind
Right.
of like, oh, you just left our party like 30 days ago. And then all of a sudden you see him and he's
Hmm.
like an adult now, but he's seeing his friends as kids again. For him, it's been years. For
Yeah.
you, it's been a few days. And I think that could have some good
Could be a
emotional
really
weight
cool
to it
storytelling.
if that's even where they go with it. Who knows? There's a lot of cool theories floating around, like how it's really like the Prince of
Yep.
Canik and like some descendants and different things that they could toy around with. I even saw Yuji Horii like just straight up say that like no, Kiefer did not become Orgodamamir,
Oh yeah.
which was like a really popular theory in Japan,
Uh-huh.
and he just straight up was like no, didn't even consider
Not
it.
never even thought about it.
And So it's kind of like the announcement of this has kind of caused all these different like fan theories to come out of the woodwork a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's been really cool to see. Um and I am very excited for this game. They announced it and they announced it during my work hours. So I was having to cover like the whole direct,
Yep.
doing all this stuff for work and was just really excited about it. I was getting like messages. I was getting text messages. This is my favorite thing in the world, by the way. When a new Dragon Quest game gets announced, people text me. I get messages like on Blue Sky. I get messages on Twitter. People at me or DM me or whatever.
And Discord, I'm sure as
And
well.
and I love that people do that. And
Uh-huh.
also at work, I work at Screen Rant. Everybody at Screen Rant also knows that I love Dragon Quest. So when a game comes out, everybody's like, Austin! And so that's always fun to see because I love it when new Dragon Quest games get announced because so many people like message me and I was excited about it. And but because I was covering at work, I didn't get to like message some people back till
Yeah.
a lot of time had passed. And so I was like texting and like, oh, sorry. It's almost like it's like when a relative dies, but like the opposite, like it's a good thing. But you know how like when a
Yeah.
relative dies, like everybody's like texting, they're like, oh, I'm so
Uh-huh.
sorry. It's like that, except the opposite, where everybody's like texting
It's
about,
like, oh
some big deal.
yeah, this is yeah, the
Yeah, like I get more messages when a Dragon Quest game comes out than I do like on my birthday. Like when it's
which
my birthday, it's just like, whatever. But
I
like when a
think you
Dragon Quest
prefer
game's
that
coming out,
though.
I mean,
Like you like Dragon Quest more
I
than you
do.
like celebrating yourself.
Definitely now. Yeah, now that I'm getting a little bit older and birthdays,
Uh-huh.
I'm kind of just like, "Ugh."
I know I had a
Yeah.
funeral earlier this week that I had to attend, and some of my family I hadn't seen in a long time didn't recognize me because I had my beard and it's all white around the strap here, and I've got a lot of gray hair, and they were just like, BJ, I did not recognize, and I was like, yeah, I got old and gray. I was like, I thought that was you, but it's like, yep, I'm old now.
I I because of all this stuff happening, like I missed certain things like follow-up announcements because I
Right.
was busy covering the direct. And so my favorite thing in the world was I was texting Platy about it. And I told him I was like, man, I know this probably sounds foolish. I was like, but I would just adore it if they came out with a collector's edition that came with like the characters on a ship. I was like, that's my biggest dream. And he texts back and he was like, dude, did you see they did? And I was like, what?
They
And he sent me the
did.
link. He sent me the link right away. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. And went and like pre-ordered it because I was like, I got to get that shit. Um,
It's it's a
and
really good special edition, collector's edition on this one with the ship in a bottle, the crew on a boat with in a ship in a bottle with a really cool steel book for the game and a slime plushie. It on top of all the other stuff, you get
yeah,
games, the game bonuses and things like that, but the physical stuff that comes with this one is really good.
yeah. And I don't know, it was my favorite thing in the world because I was just dreaming big and his
Yep,
response was just like, dude, they did.
they did.
And like, man, that was just like that's always going to stick with me, I think, because I'd even like back in a previous episode, I was even talking about how like I didn't have any
Yeah.
that's the one game I didn't have figures for that I wanted like the diorama.
Yep.
And now that this is like a ship in a bottle, I have that Lego ship in a bottle that you got
Right.
me for like Christmas one year. And so I already know like it can go right up there with my Lego ship in a bottle.
Yep.
And like this game doesn't come out until February, and I'm already like planning out like I'm gonna put
Like
this
how to
here,
decorate
I'm
with
gonna
each
do this
piece.
here. Yeah. And so it was even like it's a $300 like set by the time you like
By the
factor in
time you get
shipping and
shipping
all,
and tax, yeah, because it's 249 US at as just a price.
which is expensive.
It
And
is.
usually I would see that and I'd be like, no. And like that's too much.
Hmm.
But
Which, realistically, it is too much. Like just
it's
pragmatically, I think it's too much,
it comes with
but
but the way I looked at it is it comes with way more
it does.
than a lot of collector's editions that are the same price.
Right.
Like we've had a lot of collector's editions that don't even come with the game. It's like it comes with the code. And there's even been some games that have come out recently where it's like you get a steel book but no game. It's just a code. And like it says in tiny writing that it comes with a physical copy of the game.
Yeah.
I checked.
Not a game key card. Not the stupid game key cards where you
Well,
still have to
the
download it.
the Switch 2 one I believe does. I ordered PS5.
Are you serious? It's the
I'm
game
sure
key
this. I'm
card.
sure the Switch 2 is a game key card. Like pretty much all third-party games are game key cards. Um, but
This is the
but
look
the
on my face I'm just going to keep from now
yeah,
on. Like,
I'm
I hate
sorry.
them. Like, I hate having
That's
to install a game and still just have to keep
but
a card in it.
that's a stupid Nintendo Switch 2 thing. That's
It
not a
is.
Dragon Quest thing. Like that's let's like call out Nintendo
For
here.
some reason,
Like
I thought you were
game
actually
key
getting it
cards
on
are
the Switch
stupid.
2 rather than the PS5.
No. And so I'll probably get it on both. But for the collector's edition, I was like PS5. Um, it also and but it is expensive, but it was like that ship in the bottle. I was like, I
Yep.
love boats. It says, here's the thing, in my bio, if you follow me on Twitter, Blue Sky, wherever, it says I love Dragon Quest and old wooden ships. And this is combining two
It's
things
true. It's
in
two of
there.
your favorite things that you have put out as a core personality trait as Dragon Quest and Old Wooden Ships, and they did combine it for you.
It's true. You put Treebeard on that boat and then maybe like Wolverine in a mariner's hat, and it's like everything I love is on this one boat.
You know, you can
Um,
probably you can do that with like Legos and stuff now. You've got enough Legos to build
I probably
to
I
put that
probably
together.
could. Yeah.
But
I actually have I could just put Treebeard and Wolverine on the ship with
I
the
knew those were there. Uh, when you reached up, I knew exactly what you were reaching to grab,
yeah.
and I was like, I'm not sure because the ship is in the bottle and it's a full diorama of
Yeah, I'm sure
itself
they're too big.
that
Yeah.
that you won't be able to like get to the boat. That
I
it's
just
not
had
something like you assemble.
I just had to show those off that I'm not all talk. Look, see, Mariners hat, Cal Raleigh bobblehead. Like I'm not all talk. Like I actually have all this stuff cluttered on my desk because it's things I love.
Yeah,
Um,
like it's really fun, like to go see your office, and like whenever I come visit, I love seeing the different bits and pieces that you've decided to swap out over the year of the stuff that you want around you. Like we all do it, but
yeah,
it's like you have so many of these things that I love too, that I'm like, oh yeah, that one's cool. But that tree beard has been there for ages. Like everywhere you go, that tree beard is above your
it
writing desk.
it's the most common thing. Yeah, it's I got it at a yard sale for like 50 cents. The old lady that was selling it thought it was like a garden gnome type piece
Oh,
of thing, and she had it on sale for 50 cents. And it was the summertime, and I was rereading Lord of the Rings at the time. I was like 19 years old,
yep.
and yeah, I bought it. It's been sitting on my desk ever since.
So
So
one thing that I'm
yes,
curious about on this, and I haven't talked to you about this one on purpose because I wanted to hear you on here. Um, DQ7 has your favorite vocation system out of any of the Dragon Quest games. Like
for
you
sure.
like the others, you have no problem, but DQ7 does it the best, and they're changing it. They're messing with it a little bit in this one with the moonlighting feature and learning abilities through scrolls. And I'm curious on how you feel about this because I'm excited personally
The
about the moonlighting
moonlighting,
feature.
yeah.
It seems really, really cool being able to essentially subclass a different job. And
Mhm.
so I'm curious on the vocations how you feel about this because it is something that you hold dear in the gameplay of this particular game.
Yeah, I'm actually excited about it.
Okay.
I can't remember if this was during the recording last week or if this was when like you and I and Jennifer were just chatting after we stopped recording when I was talking about my kids like grinding through vocations and stuff
Oh
for
yeah, I
me.
can't remember which.
Um, so I can't remember if people have heard that or not. But yeah, that happened with DQ7, especially they would like to play it because it's on the
Hmm.
little DS, and they were younger at the time, so it was like perfect for their hands. And it helped me get up vocations. And it's like I adored vocations. I loved grinding vocations. Like I would sit on the couch while watching TV with my wife, and I would just kind of mindlessly grind for a little bit and
That was
not
me
worry
in
too much
nine.
about stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so moonlighting I think is a good way to streamline that to make it a little less grindy and like expedite that process.
Right.
And so I'm really excited for it. I don't see it as something like Dragon Quest Seven's vocations are so good they shouldn't be messed with. I see it
Yeah.
more as like Dragon Quest Seven's vocations are so good, and I think this can make it even better. And
Okay.
so I'm really excited for it.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if you were going to be curmudgeonly about it or if you were going to be excited about it because it really could go both ways when it's something that it's already the one you like the most. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it's one of those things that I it feels like the older I get, the older my kids get, the less time I have.
right.
And so like anything that's going to help like speed up video games for me
Yeah.
is good in my book.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's
cool.
And as a tangent, and I know we have a time limit on here that we try to
Hmm.
keep to, but have you heard on the Final Fantasy Tactics re-release if they have a speed up option on it? Have you played it
I think
or
there
heard
is,
about
right?
it? Is there? That's what
I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure I
know.
saw that advertised.
Okay, awesome.
I knew.
That's one of my big pet peeves of going back and playing it is that it feels very slow to me, and I
Yeah.
want to have a speed up option. So I'm good.
I knew I want to play it, but I didn't buy it. And so I have intentionally not kept too close of an eye on it
Right,
because I knew that Trails in the Sky first chapter was coming out, Pokemon Legends EA is coming out, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 is coming out, all within a month of each other.
right.
And I was kind of like, man, I want all of those
Yeah.
more than I want to replay FF Tactics right now.
Okay.
Like Final Fantasy Tactics I love, but it's like I've got it. I've got the original PS1 one.
Yeah.
I've even replayed it using the PS3 kind of recently. And so it's kind of like, okay, the next time I'm in the mood to play FF Tactics, I'll
Right.
buy the newer one. But I didn't
And
want to buy it, didn't need to buy it day one.
I've been wanting to play it for the remake. I've been wanting to play the game. I never actually beat it, and I got War of the Lions on the Vita, and it's really, really good and pretty, and I like the game, but it's slow. And so
Oh, yeah.
this update made me want to like the gameplay slow, not that it runs slowly. The actual gameplay just has a lot of animation and moving around and stuff. So I was hoping that the movement could be sped up. So the next thing that was announced this week is we had a lot of gameplay clarification on DQ Dragon Quest 1 plus 2, the HD-2D remakes. That probably the biggest announcement on this one, and I may have missed it before, but the trailer when they had it, I knew that they had mentioned you could go to the ocean floor, that there were new areas, but I didn't realize the expansiveness of the ocean floor that they had. Like, this is a whole new continent with cities and like mini games that are subsystems that are part of it. And I didn't think it was going to be that. I thought it was you went underwater for a couple of quests and then came back up kind of edition, not like where they were like, you get mermaid cities, you can hunt for all of these separate items. And I can't remember exactly what the searching thing was, but you find these echoes of the past, and it's just
Hmm.
like, wow, that is huge.
You find
Like,
fragments of the forgotten past.
fragments of the forgotten past, excuse me.
You find
um
echoes of an elusive age.
no, gotcha, gotcha.
Ah.
Excuse me. God, we've talked about not being able to remember all of the subtitles before. So, how do you feel about it? Like, what about the changes and announcements they've made for it? For are you excited for?
um, yeah. So I all of it. I know we're short on time,
But
and it's
all of
like,
it?
and honestly, the stuff from DQ7 remake, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 remake, any of the new stuff that they've announced gets me a little bit more excited for those games every single time.
Yeah,
The Whether it's streamlining it, whether it's adding in the monsters, whether it's the adding the clarification in 1 and 2 about the sigils being in both games now, like any of that stuff, I'm just like, cool.
and for all the time we've done this podcast, of all the time I've played DQ1, of all the time we've talked about it, about being a single hero, it wasn't until this most recent trailer that I realized every fight in that game was one on one, that you don't fight groups of enemies. When they mentioned
Yeah.
it in there, that in addition to this was you had the hero against groups of enemies and not just one-on-one fights, I never tied that together. It just felt as part of the game, and like you were fighting this, like you don't fight groups of 12 slimes or something. It's you fight a slime, you fight a she slime, you fight the dragon, and you fight a golem. And I did not ever in the time that I've played this ever think about that. And now that they've put it on there, I could see how that's going to make it much. That's one of the things that will make it much more challenging as a single party member is to have all of these enemies on there. Like the one-on-one thing never clicked. Did you know that? Did it ever like click on you that it was always a one-on-one fight?
Um, yeah, didn't we even talk about like in I guess it was DQ2 about like changes and stuff about the
If we
it having like
did,
group.
it has 100% left my mind because I was like, when I
It's
saw that, like, I was flabbergasted that I'd never thought of that before. And then all of the fights pop back into my head. I'm like, well, dang it. I guess it is.
that's the thing. I mean, you, when you talk about Dragon Quest weekly for like 7 years, I mean, you're bound to forget some of what you've talked about
Yeah.
already. Um,
But that was a cool change, I think. Like that's going to
yeah,
raise the difficulty good deal, but it was talking about how you can customize your hero to be able to take advantage of that. So I'm excited for that. Like that's a
yeah,
change I'm actually excited for that I didn't even know was coming because I didn't know it was a thing.
yeah. I'm excited for both of those. I'm less excited for Dragon Quest Smash Grow, the mobile game. I
Yeah,
know I know
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
that we both applied for the beta. I think my phone may be too old, but you're
Mm,
hopefully you'll get in
maybe.
and can tell me about it. I I don't like roguelites very much, so that's
Mm-mm.
already kind of a ping for me. The
Yep.
fact that DQ mobile games that I have got invested in, like Dragon Quest Tact, have gotten killed off, um,
Yep.
makes me a little like wary of it. But then I'm also like, well, if nobody plays any of them, then they're never gonna make more. And
Right.
it's like I want to at least approach it with like an open mind here. But I think what's really gonna be a deal breaker for me is I just don't like roguelites. And
Yeah.
so I think that it's not going to be my kind of game. I also find it hilarious that, like in the trailer, it's like smash enemies, grow your legend. And it's
Yep.
kind of like, what are we going to call this game? Dragon Quest Smash Grow, which sounds like the Hulk
It
giving,
does.
like doing something,
Like
like
when I saw
Dragon
that
Quest
name, I
Smash
was just
Grow.
like, Smash Grow. It's weird. Like I don't like the title, but
Yeah.
it's growing on me. The more I see it, it's like I don't know.
It's
It's an
it's
odd
growing on
choice.
it's growing on me too, I think because of the humor side of
Hmm.
it. Like it's not a good
No.
title for a game, but it's funny and it's fun to say. Smash Grow.
And telling people, hey, what are you playing now? Oh, I'm playing Smash Grow.
Just leave the
It's
Dragon Quest
yeah,
off
just
of
leave
it.
Dragon Quest off of it.
Playing
Just talk
Smash
about
Grow.
Smash Grow. It's and I'm not a fan of roguelites either. Is I don't like repetition in games, and so it kind of puts me out immediately from liking any of the roguelikes or roguelites, either one. And I'm curious on how long I'll be able to stick with it, just out of not disinterest, but just being like a fundamental way that I play video games. Like I don't like repeating content over and over again. Uh, Especially if it takes a long time. Like that's one thing. Playing it a few times to be able to get a star rating is one thing, but if it's constant going back and having to replay the same areas over and over and over and over and over again,
Yeah.
it's something that frustrates me.
That burns me out. Also, depending on how gotcha it gets.
Yeah.
Like I get really I will just instantly stop playing something if it's like you've used up all your stamina. You have to spend, 99 cents or wait 3 hours.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing is usually where I'm just like, really?
Hmm.
And then what happens is I don't quit it immediately, but it'll become one of those games that I log in like in the mornings before I get out of bed.
Yep.
I'll sit there, I'll, do my dailies essentially, and
Yep.
then it's kind of like cool and not think about it again. And then at some point I wake up and forget to do it, and then I just never go back. And
Yep.
then I delete the app. Like that's
It's
the kind
that
of the
one day
process.
missing it will always do it to me. I There was a game called Marvel Strike Force that I played for years and years and years, and I had like this huge login streak on it that I was just going to keep it. That was what was keeping me playing the game. It was I was getting the login streak, I was getting the benefits and bonuses that came with it, and then something happened and I missed it one day, and it was a single day where I was already not like having a good time with it, but it was something I'd put years into, so I wasn't able to make myself just stop. And when I missed one day and saw that my streak was started over, that I had like 600 something logins or something in a row, I was like, "Oh, well, I'm done. Oh, that is completely over now," and deleted it from my phone. And it was freeing. So, I mean, when that happens, it really did feel a lot more freeing to do it. So maybe it's a good thing if they're gotcha sometimes. But
Yeah.
that's one of the concerns I have as well with this one because I feel like some of the other ones went pretty heavy on the gotcha part of it.
Yeah. Um, so Smash Grow beta is coming out soon. Hopefully one or both of us will get in so you guys can
Yep.
hear us talk about that. If not, we may have to get a friend on here to tell us both about it
Yeah.
because it's something we definitely want to hear more about. Um, DQ 1+2 remake is very close now.
Super close.
We're
Like
like a
within a
month,
month.
yeah, within a month away now. Very excited for it. The new video, like BJ talked about earlier, is out. Kind of confirmed, I guess, some of the sigil stuff, like we were kind of
Hmm.
speculating or confused about. Maybe that was just us confused. I don't know.
Maybe it
But
was.
it's very possible that it was just us confused. But either way, it was good for us because we
Yep.
were like, yay, we know the answers now. Um, so that was just, there's so much stuff to be excited about right now. I think that this is like really great because it's essentially carrying us to the 40th anniversary
Yeah,
when, let's face it, Dragon Quest 12 is going to get shown off at the
it's
40th
true. And
anniversary.
Dragon Quest X is going to have the English version announcement, right?
I no,
Right?
I
No,
don't
no,
think that.
never. Like that'll
But
never
no,
happen. No, I was
Dragon Quest
joking. But Dragon Quest 12, if it's not at the
it's
40th anniversary,
it's gonna be.
then they're not working on it. Like
Everybody, I will eat my precious Treebeard on video if Dragon Quest 12 is not shown off at the 40th anniversary.
I need
That's how
somebody to
confident I
clip
am.
this and come back on the 40th anniversary. Just do
Th-
that for me, all
that's
right?
that's
Thanks,
how
Ryan.
confident I am. I think I would have to melt him down first. But I've had him for like almost 20 years now, and so it's like, um, yeah, that's how, but seriously, I'm not gonna have to eat him because Dragon Quest 12 is gonna get
Is going
shown.
to be at the
And
40th anniversary.
but the thing is that this is like really good spacing because we have one and two to play starting at the end of
Yep.
October. That'll carry us till early February. Then you have seven. Even if it's streamlined, seven's going to take a little while, I'm sure.
Yep.
And so then you have May DQ Day, and it's just kind of like, I mean, I guess you're not going to get to play it in May, but at least there'll be announcements and DQ 12 will be shown off, and I think that's going to carry us around.
DQ12 will be shown off, and they are known for doing shadow drops on DQ Day. So whether it's a remake or of something else, or it's a new smaller game, they've done shadow drops before, where during the announcement stream, it's like it's available later today, and like they did that with the 1 to 3 remake on Switch.
And you have Yuji Horii kind of playfully teasing
Yep.
Zenithia trilogy now. And so I know this isn't our predictions episode, but I fully expect we get seven out of the way. Then on DQ Day, we get an announcement for the Zenithia trilogy games to tide us over until 12 releases.
Hmm.
They actually show off 12 at this point, and it gets everybody hyped for it.
Yep.
And then we
That's
all go home happy. It's the 40th anniversary. They're gonna do big
they have
stuff.
to. So, like you said, this isn't one of our predictions episodes. We'll get deeper into that once we get a little closer to the 40th. But thank you guys for listening. This has been a lot of fun. Finally getting back to a lot of the news that
Been
we've
an
been talking
exciting
to some of you
time.
guys about, talking to each other about, and that we haven't had a chance to record on. So like some of the messages were like, I can't wait to hear you guys talk about this. And I'm like, yes, it was like we just had things coming up. And even Austin traveled over the last week and we couldn't get one recorded before that. So just things worked out. I'm glad we were able to. And so take us out, Austin.
Yeah, so if you would like to chat with us, you can find us at Dragon Quest FM on Twitter and Blue Sky. If you want to read that article we talked about or see some of our old episodes, some of the like DQ Austin content, things BJ's written as well, you can see that on DragonQuest.fm. Um, if you want to talk to me personally, I'm over at Twitter, Blue Sky at Dragon Quest.
And I'm on Twitter and Twitter at BJK Games, Blue Sky at bjkgames.com. And you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/DragonQuestFM if you would like to support the COD podcast, not the COD past. Those fishes past, you can support if you want to. I'm sure they've had a hard time. But the podcast at, yeah, you get it. That was a good one. At patreon.com/DragonQuestFM. We'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
I tickled myself.